Hey, welcome to Dino Hour. Live, all the time. Live 100 days a week, 24/7. This is Welcome to Dino Hour. I am your host, Tech Honors. Some of you might know me from previous episodes of Welcome to Dino Hour. It's good to see all of your shining faces. Hey B, let me know. We always spend the first hour and 45 minutes getting the sound right. So let me know if, well, see, there we go. We got music now. We have music in there, I believe, and we should have dialogue. And we have donations. Riley is the first donator, first official Dino Hour donation, $5. Riley, thank you extremely much. Currently using NeoGaia donation stuff, but yeah, it's yeah. Anyway, so that's really, really awesome. Feel free to donate. There should be a link somewhere around you. Everything look okay? Everything sounds okay? Let me know. Delayed on YouTube. That's no good. I don't know how to address that. What about on Twitch? How's everything sound on Twitch? There's a bit of a delay? Okay. Now there's just mad delay. That sucks. Let me see here. What about now? Is it better now? This is what we do. This is what we do for the beginning of the show. You're not syncing. We're trying our hardest. Not good on Twitch. Still got the delay. What about... Still no. Getting closer, Lee Garçon says. Junior says, why my donation not? You tell me. I have no idea. Oh man, it's all off-synced. Okay. How is this delayed yet speeding up? Joe is right. Donation link is for equip still. Out of sync is a better way to put it. Okay. It feels like it has something to do probably with the fact that I'm simulcasting on YouTube and Twitch, because this is the first time I've done that, and this is the first time I've experienced these problems. I fixed it. It worked. Even on YouTube? It's good. How did I do that? Okay. Okay. Now it's good. We just had to, we just needed a little bit of magic. Anyway, hey, Shiny Crystal Pistol. Hey, Lee Garçon. Hey, Ed Jr. Hey, Abka Blends. Hey, Gus. Hey, CSRH. Hey, Negative Gemini. Negative Gemini said, I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream. My computer is really old, 100% says, which is very true. Anyway, so yeah, got off onto a weird foot, but now we're going to use our regular feet to have a normal Welcome to Dino Hour. So, if this is your first time watching, it's not perfect, but better, okay. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, YouTube. Mostly better, but a little delay on... You know, go to Twitch. Things are working pretty well on Twitch. If this is your first time watching, welcome to Dino Hour. Welcome to Dino Hour. We try to talk to each other on this show, and we try to figure out all of, you know, all the meanings of our conversations. Gus said, gonna need you to upgrade your specs, Tech specs. But yeah, anyway, so we're just here. Okay, yeah, click that 100% Electronica link, neogaia.tv. That'll allow you to donate to to me and James, because I'm doing this with James too. What's the Twitch? Twitch is twitch.tv/100% Electronica. This percent is spelled out. But yeah, we were getting really close to figuring out meaning of existence, all that kinds of stuff. But then we switched channels, and now we have to start from scratch. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm. If you don't know who I am, which some of you may not, I'm Tech Honors. I'm in Death's Dynamic Shroud, and I'm also on Twitter. You may have seen me be like really annoying on Twitter, and I'm the same Tech Honors, not a different one. Thank you very much. Who is this donation from? Oh, Ed Junior. Ed Junior. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. It's weird because now I have to do that. I didn't have donations prior to moving to this channel, so now I've got to be like thank you all the time when people send me money and tell me to smoke weed every day. Bye, Alex. It's good to see you. 8142 says the king of making me laugh on Twitter. Thank you. Hopefully not, yeah, too obnoxious. I didn't get fired from DDS. Those rumors aren't true. This background was made by. If you made this background, let me know. Nathan, thank you. Are you the guy from Hey, are you the guy from the guy? Yeah, that would be me. If you made this background, let me know. I wanted to say it was, no, it's not CSRH. God, I can't remember who made it, but anyway, it's great. Render of a dino and a time clock. Hey, Mr. Mello. Anyway, yeah, so, how was your weekend? Oh, I spilled coffee on myself, so that's good. It's been kind of intense today trying to get things set up. George AnyDesked into my computer to make sure that my stream was all set up for 100%. And then whilst I was away, asked the Discord if anybody liked Digimon. So I got pranked. Gus, thank you for the kind nug fund, for all the weed that I smoke. Thank you very, very much, Gus. Thank you. Yeah, so anyway, I don't know anything about Digimon, but yeah, looks like new Pikmin game is coming to mobile. Will 100% be pressing the new DDS album? Yes, Lee Garçon, that is true, that is correct. If you're tuning in and you have any questions about Death's Dynamic Shroud, feel free to ask them. Lee Garçon always does. What's my opinion on reggaeton? Eugenia Battaglia asks. Just wish they'd mix it up a little bit. It gets a little, the old, you know? It's a little much. Molotovich, thank you. Glad to see you made it big on the 100 stream. Yeah, this is my big break. It's exciting because I am rich now. Because I got signed to a multi-million-dollar contract for 100% TV. Wit asked, Tech, would you mind sharing your thoughts on the newly released Sex 2? As not a fan of Sex 1 to begin with that much, so can't imagine I have too much interest in Sex 2. If you don't know me, I identify as asexual, as ace, as the ace of spades. Tech is an ace icon. Thank you, Shiny Crystal Pistol. A142 said, what are your thoughts on Vaporwave 2? Vaporwave 2, I don't believe in it. I think that it's just Vaporwave with vocals, which is just Vaporwave in my opinion, right? I feel like that's fair. We're in Vaporwave 5 now? Well, see, and I'm behind. But I feel like we're in Dino Hour. Tech kind of looks like Da Baby. I'll take it. Do I enjoy clip compilations of people falling over? I don't. I don't like when I'm always afraid they're gonna get like severely hurt. George Clanton, the boss, donated $5. George's Twitch viewers should refresh the page and make sure the donate link work. It was still stuck on Equip's link. Okay, refresh your page, and then it'll donate. But yeah, I don't. I'm not a fan of watching people get super hurt, because I'm afraid like a bone's gonna snap in front of me and scar me forever. But you know, a good trip and fall here and there has never hurt anyone except for the person that tripped and fell. Root Beer 19 says, any upcoming collaborations with Ice Choir? That's a dream. We love Ice Choir. We stand Ice Choir on Welcome to Dino Hour. Yeah, see Vaporwave with vocals, isn't that Bay Live? Yeah. So I feel like if it's got vocals, I mean George Clanton's Vaporwave, he's got vocals. Negative Gemini's Vaporwave, she's got vocals. Ligorson said, "Do you have an opinion on toilet status?" Yeah, I think it's really good. I've only heard the albums that are on Orange Milk, but they're bonkers and exhilarating to listen to. Thoughts on root beer, most underrated beverage? Is it the most underrated though? It feels like maybe. I don't know. I love root beer. The question is, I think, like, which one's better, is root beer or Dr. Pepper, I think, right? Shiro said, he said, Ice Choir is in the Kurt Feldman Project? Yes, that's right. Ice Choir is in the Kurt Feldman Project. Sometimes known as the KFP. Yeah, I love a good float. I fucking love root beer. I agree, Nathan. Root beer is better than Dr. Pepper. Wit Music said, for anyone new to Dino Hour, one of Tech's favorite activities on Monday nights is getting hopelessly lost in the comments we post, so be sure to type often. That is true, that does happen a lot, because if somebody says something that makes me think of something, then... You know what, though? Here's something. This may... I was thinking about this earlier. Actually, I should check. My girlfriend Michaela's in the story. Can I tell a story about, not the car, but the other one? Yeah. No, I was thinking about this the other day. Well, I tooted in front of my girlfriend for the first time. I farted in front of my girlfriend for the first time, and like, we've been dating for 4 months, 5 months, somewhere around there. Toot toot. But it was very embarrassing. Nathan said, what the fuck, it took you that long? Yeah, I don't wanna pass gas in front of my girlfriend, but I did. But it was an accident, because I lifted her up and like was just like carrying her around the house or something, and then when I sat her down, it happened. But it's weird because I never make a sound when I fart, because it's like, I don't know, I just make it, you make it silent, But I do remember one time I was working with James. Like I had been friends with James for like 10 years. James, for those of you who don't know, is the other member of Death's Dynamic Shroud, the group that I am in on 100% Electronica. I just remember being at work with James, and I like accidentally farted once, and I was like, and then he was like, "Did you just fart? I've never heard you fart before. I don't like that." And I was like, "I know, I don't like it either." But anyway, so yeah, it's a rare occurrence. At that point, Michaela, my girlfriend, had never tooted in front of me, and then the fucking very next day it happened to her, and so now we're even, and it's wonderful, because I felt like I was kind of slipping in the dynamic there, but she slipped up. She slipped up and tooted in front. It's so funny. When I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to say fart. My parents were like, you can only say toot. And so I wasn't allowed to say fart, and now, like, once I eventually was allowed to say fart at whatever age that's, I guess, became okay, I, like, started to say, like, oh, hey, Eugenio Battaglia said, all the best with the show, Tech, stoked to tune in on Dino Mondays. Awesome, thank you so much. Thank you, yeah, Tech's Dynamic Shark. Yeah, I think it's just, I don't know. It's we're all having fun here. This is what we talk about on Dino Hour. There's a lot of scatological humor on Dino Hour. That's never the intent, but that's just what happens. Nathan said I fart 875 times per day. It's not that I don't fart. It's just that I keep it obscured. You know. Mystic Queef Teen Fartasy. Hey, Emptiness Vapor, how are you doing? Is my cup ribbed? Yeah, the kind of ribbed for my pleasure, but it's got a thin lip. It's got a thin lip, because I don't like a thick lip, because then you get the drib down the side. No matter what you do. Maybe it's just me because I have this voluptuous bottom lip. But yeah, I don't like the thick lip. Anyway, yeah, it's not that I don't fart. It's just, yeah, you just gotta keep it quiet. No one knows. You sit on it, you know. Keep it under you. See, look up. Okay, yeah. Gibarian said, I'm up to a year without my girlfriend noticing me farting or at least saying anything about it. Think I should get it over with. I don't know. I say keep it up. Because, yeah, Michaela says it's impressive. That's a year. I don't know. How long can you do it, you know? Ed Jr. said, what is your opinion on bicycles? So, bicycles are a little frustrating to me. Part of the reason, it's not, I don't know how to ride them. I do, but I don't. Like, they get on my fucking nerves because I have 150,000 opinions on bicycles. But the big thing is just that I don't like when I don't like having to share the road with them. I think the bicycles should be allowed to ride on sidewalks, and I think that there should be bike lanes on sidewalks. When I went to Japan, you couldn't ride your bicycle in the street, you rode on the sidewalk, and there were designated areas for bicycles to ride by and designated areas for people to walk. It makes so much more sense. When you're in a car, you're a fucking threat to the bicycle in front of you who's going extremely slow. Is it getting out of sync? I hope not. But if you're going really, really slow on a bike, it's dangerous for everyone. So yeah, I think there should be bike lanes on the sidewalk with pedestrians. It's fine. You know, if a bicycle hits a pedestrian, it's not as devastating as a car hitting a bicycle. I don't know. Anyway, when I was a kid, I knew how to ride a bike, but like I only rode for like a year or two or something, and then I was like too big for the bicycle, so then I just didn't get a new one, and like years passed, and I mean, like, I think I was probably like 10 when I rode that bike, and so the next time I rode one, I think I was like 25, so like 15 years went by, and then I had a roommate who was really into bicycles, and so he was trying to get me to ride bicycles, and I got on one, and so, you know how they say, like, you never forget how to ride a bike or whatever? Hey, Ninfia64, thank you so much. Congrats on being the 100 channel. Thank you very, very, very much. I appreciate it. I can't wait to get Dino Hour gifts on here. Anyway, yeah, so I got on a bike at age 25, and the part you don't forget is keeping balanced. Because, you know, obviously that's the part you have to learn early on or whatever, but then, so I was like riding, I was like, oh wow, okay, yeah, I know how to do this, I can stay upright, that's fine. And then I just went down to the end of, like I was on a side street, I just went down to the end of the street, it was at night, no cars, no nothing, and then I just had to like turn around at the end of the street and come back. And I just remember like it's like my brain was like, okay, yeah, let's do this. But like my body was like overriding it. And it was just like, nope, you're gonna fall if you turn. You're gonna fall if you turn, you can't do this. And I was like, come on, body, let's go. But nope. And so I just braked to a stop and then just turned the bike around and then rode back, and I was like, I'm sorry, I can't do this. It was just too horrifying. It just like felt like I would fall over. So I don't ride bikes because of it. Like a huge wuss. JM asked, what's your favorite fighting game? My favorite fighting game? It's a great question. Maybe Monster Rancher, if that counts. Probably doesn't count. So if it doesn't count, Soul Calibur something. Mortal Kombat. I like Mortal Kombat games a lot because I like their extremely ridiculous amount of lore. But I don't know. I'm not very good at fighting games. So yeah. Nathan said, last time I rode a bike, my glasses fell off my face and I braked to a stop, but it braked the front wheel and I went flying over my handlebars into a chain link fence, but my scrotum got caught on the handlebars and my nutsack got split open. Is that true, Nathan? You were 13. That sounds a little ridiculous. X7 Villain said, when are we getting a DDS Regret 5-foot tall cover art poster? I would love that. That sounds wonderful to me. Julian Celia said, I live in Mesa where the streets are huge, but I still feel anxious whenever I'm driving next to cyclists. Yeah, big time. I live in Miami, which doesn't have a lot in the way of bike lanes, but people still ride it. But it gets even more wild because like people like on bicycles and on motorcycles and like scooters and stuff, they just like, because there's so much traffic, they'll just like weave in and out of the cars that are like stopped at lights. And that seems a little disrespectful because if we're supposed to treat bicycles like cars, then shouldn't they have to like, I don't know, I don't want to get into it, but anyway, fuck everyone here hates bikes except for me. Look, bikes are great. We should probably all be riding them and not driving cars and like polluting the environment. But that's not the world we live in. We live in a much, much darker, harsher world, and we get around in vehicles that move a lot faster. And so, if that's the way it is, that's the way it is. Matt Paul said, I split my nutsack open on a bike at 13.2, went off a dirt jump, hit a tree about 8 feet in the air, landed nuts first on the bar, kablamo. Wow. People, Okay, Nathan said, yeah, it was honestly just a little cut, but it was bleeding a lot. That is a good copy pasta. Gabarian said, I have such nostalgia for beating people at Mortal Kombat and Round Table when I was a kid. I just was never good enough at those games. I just liked, just like the ridiculous amount of lore, and just reading about it on Wikipedia. Mr. Miller said, you probably get this question a lot, but are older DDS tape represses a possibility? I think so. Yeah, I think, like, we don't really like the whole idea that, like, people... We don't like the idea that all of our stuff is sold out, necessarily, because, you know, people are, like, selling it for, like, $50 and stuff on Discogs, and that's a little frustrating. So, yeah, I think represses are definitely something we would like to do. Nathan said, my parents were like, oh, it'll heal, but I went to the doctor 3 weeks later to get it checked out, and the doctor said, yeah, you should have gotten stitches, fam. There you go. I like keys when I'm I like bikes when I'm riding them, yeah. Um, One time, Bunny DS said, one time I was riding a bike and I started going down a hill, and next thing I know, I crashed into the headquarters of Nintendo, and Shigeru Miyamoto said, dude. And that's probably, that's the kind of stories we find out about on Dino Hour. Very true things like that. I think this highest we saw a tape selling for was like $70. That's so ridiculous. Like, we try to sell our tapes for like a reasonable amount of money. 70 is just it's just a little bit much. Yeah, DDS has a habit of like selling out, like it, like, or we'll, if we overproduce, then we like sell a whole bunch like real quick, and then everything is just like a real slow feed after that. It's like I remember, I think when like Nine Inch Nails album The Fragile came out in 1999, I feel like it like entered the charts at like number 2 or something like that in its first or second week, and then just like was like number 189 or something like that in the third week or something like that. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But it basically like it's just like a like sort of like a diehard like a cult following kind of thing. But DDS has a habit of selling out tech sellout honors. What can I say? Farplane said, I don't know how I feel about slowed down music that you don't have sample clearance for being sold for $1,000 aftermarket. I love sampling, I just don't know about that. Yeah, it's all very weird. The aftermarket is very weird. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see about producing more copies of more tapes as we go along. But yeah, you're gonna get me started on NFTs. Yeah, I don't want to talk about NFTs anymore. I've already had yeah, not my intention. We have talked about this before. If you're new to Dino Hour, you might know that Dino Hour has existed prior to this, even though this is the first episode on 100% Electronica. We've had like 25 episodes, I think, prior. But I wanted a fresh start because that was sort of like the demo run. But yeah. Anyway, banger song from banger album. Yeah, this song "Flood the Zone" is from little self promo here. But if you want access to this, just subscribe to the Destiny of Shroud New World Mixtape Club, and yeah, you'll get it. You can get it as low as $7 a month. Been playing athletics since it came out. Well, thank you. B, thank you. Hello to you. Thank you very, 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 very much. Yeah, we're gonna need some we got some dinosaurs. I have a few dinos. We've of course got the one who comes out like down there, and then we've also got a cute little tiny one who comes out over there. We've got my co-host, which is this guy. And then we've got from the Peanut Gallery. We'll keep the co-host out, but from the Peanut Gallery, sometimes we get that guy. And we do need a dog champ gif. We do need a dog champ gif. Get the fuck out of here. Nathan said, oh wait, B said, Tech, can I draw you some dinos? Of course you can draw me some dinos. Are you kidding me? Please. Absolutely. Anybody who would like to make a background, that's the way we do it on Dino Hours. We just make fun backgrounds, and then I put them up here. You know what? Well, I'll get to that in a second. Okay, just hold on. Nathan said, still bumping SeaWorld 2 on a regular basis. Listened to it twice in a row at work yesterday. Thank you very much. I like that one pretty good. It's a fun one. Saber Music said, hey, that's really cool. We're 25 episodes in on our weekly stream too, and we're about to do some experimental transitioning too. Hey, all right. Congratulations on 25 episodes. What Music said, Tech taught me how sports work. and I found so many new and exciting applications for this knowledge. You're welcome. Julian C said that song is for that, yeah. Sorry, I read that. Co-host kind of cute. Yeah, sometimes he's a cutie. That's me if I were a dino, I like to think. Love him. Chrome Dino is my favorite dino. Shiny Crystal Pistol said, Chrome Dino is my favorite dino. Shiny Crystal Pistol, I'm devoting this next segment to Shiny Crystal Pistol, who sent me something in the mail, which was very, very kind. 3 things, actually. He asked me if he could send me something in the mail, and I was like, yeah, just as long as it's not a bomb. And so, first, there's this drawing on cardboard that says, this is not a bomb, and then they're like, name fucking dog barking out there. Dogs should be silenced. That's one of the official Welcome to Dino Hour takes. Dogs should be silenced. Anyway, so yeah, this is not a bomb. Some, like a heart, kind of. Also, a letter, which I will read aloud. Says, Dearest Tech Honors, hello there, how are you? Let me take it back to Christmas. I wanted to do something special for the community, and I decided that something would be a Hell Yeah Doggy meme. For those of you who don't know, Hell Yeah Doggy is just a stupid picture that I took and made kind of one time, and it's just me, and it just says Hell Yeah Doggy on it, and then it just kind of got carried away, but without reading the entire letter, basically, Shiny Crystal Pistol made a Hell Yeah Doggy meme. I don't know, can you guys, I'm gonna do this. Can you, is this scannable through, is this scannable for anybody? Try scanning it. I can't, how do I get it flat? I don't know if it'll work or not. It's a bit blurry. It's probably too blurry. It works! There you go. That takes you to the, that was on the back of the letter. It works. Wonderful. So now everybody can experience the Hell Yeah Doggy meme that Shiny Crystal Pistol made using Microsoft Paint. And then finally, in that meme, he used Microsoft Paint, but originally he wrote Hell Yeah Doggy in script on a piece of paper, decided not to use it, so instead he sent me this framed photo of a cracked phone that says Hell Yeah Doggy on it in the official, in the original Hell Yeah Doggy that he wrote. So that's very sweet. Thank you extremely much for the framed photo, and for the letter, and for the meme. It was all very, very, very kind, and it's like a housewarming gift for my new place in Miami. And so, yeah, shout out to Shiny Crystal Pistol for being awesome. Hell yeah, doggy. Let's get some dog champs in the chat for Shiny Crystal Pistol. Dog champ. Do it. Dr. Duct Tape said, I scanned the QR code and my phone crashed. That's it. Everybody got a virus. That was Shiny Crystal Pistol's gift. Thank you for the dog champs for Shiny Crystal Pistol. Anyway, also, oh my goodness gracious. We have some questions. Okay. Stinky Poo Poo said, I finally made it. I have some questions. I have for you some questions. Opinions on the Televape projects, and are you excited for the one that's in the works? Yeah, I think the Televape, mostly when I think of Televape, I think of the live performance at Electronica, where Jeff was in a blue body morph suit thing. Morph suit? Is that what it's called? I don't know. With little lights. And then obviously Telepath was in full Telepath alien gear. But yeah, but of course, yeah, I'm excited to hear what's next. I didn't even know there was like a new one coming, but now I do, so that's great. Gabarian said I want to live in Miami. I'll tell you what, Miami rules. I really like it. We did have to like set a curfew. I did. I set the curfew for the city. There's a bunch of like spring breakers right now are all down here, and I don't know if you guys know about like the coronavirus, but like there's been a big plague for the past year, and so everybody is not paying attention to it on spring break, and they're all partying, and so the city of Miami implemented a curfew for Miami Beach from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. To prevent spread of COVID-19. But yeah, so. Negative Gemini asked, Tech, have you ever pooped your pants as an adult? Yes, I have. I have. So, I guess I was probably like 25. And it sucked. So I worked at a Jimmy John's in Philadelphia. I had just moved to Philadelphia, and I had just gotten a job there. I think I had been working there for like maybe 2 weeks. But like it basically like I'm still like a new employee. I'm still like trying to like yes, I jimmied my I johned my jimmies at Jimmy John's. No, I didn't actually shit my pants at Jimmy John's. But so I worked in this place. I worked in a Jimmy John's in a suburb of Philadelphia called King of Prussia. It's really called King of Prussia. It's the name of the city. Anyway, it's like suburbs, and it's right next to the location was right next to the third largest mall in America, at least at the time. I don't know, called the King of Prussia Mall. But yeah, B should know about it. You're over there. Anyway, so when I was at basically one day I drove to work, which was a long drive because I lived in a town called or a suburb of Philly called Manayunk. And it was a long drive, probably 45 minutes to an hour, I guess. And I had to work a double a lot at Jimmy John's, where I would work like 11 to 2 and then 4 or 5 to close, or 11 to 3 and then 4 or 5 to close, and that kind of thing. And so it sucked to like, if I worked 11 to 3, driving home, I'd get home by 4 and then immediately have to drive back to be at work at 5. So it didn't really make sense to drive home. So I was just like, I'm just gonna go hang out at the mall for a couple hours until I have to go back to work. And so I was between shifts, and I just went over to the King of Prussia Mall, and I went to go to a Barnes and Noble or whatever bookstore, and I was like, oh, I have to toot. So I went to like a section. There wasn't a whole lot of people there anyway, but like I went to a section at like the art book section where like no one ever goes or whatever, and I was like, I'll just fart over here, put the art and fart, and so I did, but I got a little more than I bargained for, and so I was like, oh no, what have I done? It wasn't like I fucking full throttle like diarrheaed my pants, but I just like I sharted. I put the art in shart. And I was like, fuck, okay. So I went to the bathroom, and I was like, it sucked because I was like, oh wait, Haley Iron said, great story to hear hopping in the stream while I just started eating. Yeah, sorry, if you're eating, this probably isn't a good story. But anyway, yeah, so I went to the bathroom, and I was like, basically I was like, it was like, just too much of a problem. Like, it wasn't like horrible, it was just too much of a problem to like, I couldn't go back to work like this. Little spot on the jeans, and I was like, oh man, fuck. So I had to like, I was like, okay, if I leave right now, I can maybe get home in time to like get all the way back, and time to go get to work on time. But the problem was the only way I knew how to get home was taking back roads, because I didn't like driving on the highway at the time because I was super unfamiliar with Philadelphia, and driving on the highway freaked me out. But I knew I was going to have to take the highway in order to get home quickly. But since I wasn't used to taking the highway, I wasn't sure which way on the highway to go. So I guessed, and I guessed wrong. So I like, yeah, so like, yeah, like I remember I like tied like a hoodie around my waist when I left the mall. But yeah, I got my car, I guessed wrong, and I ended up on the turnpike, which sucks because the turnpike went like fucking 15 goddamn miles in the wrong direction. And I was like, well, now I'm never gonna fucking get home on time for this. So like, I like eventually found like the first exit, which was like, yeah, like 15 miles down the road or something. I like pull off and I pull into like an office parking lot, and I was like, what am I gonna do? And I realized like I was just like, I have an idea. And so I was like, if I tell my boss what happened, there's just no way they can be mad at me. Like I was just relying on like the idea you can't get mad at someone for shitting their pants. They're already so low. It's like kicking a dog while it's down. You know what I mean? So like, I called work, and it sucked because I had only been working there for like 2 weeks and I barely knew anyone there. And the manager answered, and I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I shit my pants and I have to go home and I have to change my pants so I can come back to work so that I'm not working with shitty pants. And then she was like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. It's just a shard. But yeah, I fucking drove home, my fucking sharded pants, changed, got back, and then of course it was just like a thing like where, you know, I was working with my coworkers, and I was like, yeah, I was late because I fucking pooped in my pants at the bookstore like an idiot. Yes, Michaela is laughing in the background. But you know, everybody was just like, and you know, it was like my coworkers that night were like two guys in high school, and so I'm sure it was just like, what the fuck is wrong with this freak who's working here now? But what can you do? Luckily, I got transferred not long after that. Maybe because I was the weird guy who shot his pants, but I got transferred to a much closer location that was in downtown Philadelphia, and it was way better. But yeah, so that's the last time I can remember shooting my pants. Thank you, Negative Gemini, for asking that question. Anyway. Welcome to Dino Hour. Just a shard. Red Drumming said just a shard has to be the most dreaded words to ever leave someone's mouth. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Also, yeah, I'm gonna, so I have to allow a comment here. Tech, if you could shit anyone else's pants in the whole world, whose pants would you shit? Oh, that's a good question. Man, I have to like think of whose would it be the funniest, like an enduringly. I feel like I would shit someone's pants on stage, you know, shitting someone else's pants. It's a great idea. World of Equip in the chat. So I have a question. What exactly is Welcome to Dino Hour? What an awful question, Kevin. What isn't Welcome to Dino Hour? Yeah, so this is what happens on Welcome to Dino Hour. We talk about shitting our pants sometimes. I'm trying to think. I don't think the Time to Start a Tech out of character Twitter page. Uh, it's a show about Matt Watson. Shiro said he said. Um, yeah, I think I'm streaming here. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't think. I feel like I know one time I also. God, I feel like I've sharded so many times just because I've sharded twice in my life. But no, I shit my pants when I was a little kid once too at school. That sucked. Because I'm pretty sure I talked about that on a previous episode of Welcome to Dino Hour. But that was bad. That was a whole thing. Rainy Cake said, you did say there was a Santa Claus story once upon a time. Someday I hope to find out what that was all about. Yeah, oh man, the Santa Claus story. Good lord. Why is my hair doing this? What is happening? This is half the stream is me fixing my hair. There is a Santa Claus story, where basically, Funny DS said, "Don't worry, Tech, I'll shart right now, so you're not alone." Thank you. I appreciate that. William Shatner, I hardly know her. There was a Santa Claus situation, as there often is. But basically, when I lived in an apartment, if Gus Juice is in the chat, he would still know what's going on here. Yeah, sorry, I can't. I don't know if I can tell the story at this moment just because I'm reading the chat. But Bread Drumming says people don't talk about sharding enough. Us lactose intolerant folks that love dairy products have to be careful every time. Haley Oren said, back in kindergarten we made a trip to a zoo 2 hours away and I peed my pants as soon as we got there, and I wore pink Minnie Mouse shorts that the nurse gave me for the rest of the day. Oh, real quick, Brandon Tempo, thank you very much for the $5. Get yourself some of the underwear that is yellow in the front and brown in the back so you can do whatever and it'll look like nothing happened. It's a great idea. It's a fantastic idea. Yeah, hey, can I tell the story about the car? Okay. This will be fair. I'll tell. This whole stream is just going to be dedicated to pissing and shitting ourselves. Basically, Michaela, my girlfriend, she had a dentist appointment the other day, and so her dentist we just moved to Miami, and it's like from about an hour away. So her dentist was still about an hour back where we used to live, and so she went up there, and then no, she did not shit in the doctor's chair, but she basically on her way back, I think, didn't you have like 2 opportunities to use the restroom? Yeah, stopped at my mom's. Stopped at her mom's house, yeah. But yeah, she couldn't get into the house.
And I couldn't pee in the backyard because she has cameras.
Yeah, she didn't want to pee in the backyard because there's cameras. She was wearing a romper, so she didn't want to like strip down.
And then I was gonna pee in the Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh yeah, and then
someone using the restroom.
She was gonna pee in a Dunkin' Donuts, and
but
then
I got a cup from Dunkin' Donuts.
You got a cup from Dunkin'? Because you were gonna pee in the cup?
And I was gonna pee in the cup.
Okay, but so that didn't happen. Yeah, rompers were a mistake. So she started driving back, and then basically ran out of time while she got stuck in traffic, and could not hold it any longer, and just straight up pulled over on the side of the highway, and just let it rip and peed straight, just spraying in the car. Saber Music donated $5. I could listen to this shit talk all day. But yeah, couldn't hold it any longer, and just created a puddle in the seat. She said that she didn't think that much liquid could come out of her body. Uh, but yeah, 100% stock skyrocketing as we speak. But anyway, yeah, like I can't remember what was happening, but she called me, and she was like, I just peed everywhere in my car. And I was like, what? Why? But you know, sometimes you just can't help it. Rachel Pye said, oh my gosh, she was going to pee in a cup. And you guys are perfect for each other. You have weird body function stories. Yeah, I mean, if you can't help it, you can't help it. What are you going to do? I believe a trucker drove by and honked. Is that right? Did you strip out of your romper, or did you just pull the romper to the side? Pulled the romper to the side, and then a trucker driving by saw what was going on and honked, which is kind of fucked up. But I don't know. What can you do? I felt. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what I would do in that situation. I remember like one time James and I had a show in Kutztown, which is like, I don't know, somewhere outside of Philadelphia, and it took us forever and we got kind of lost and we both had to pee so bad. We were like doing the thing where it's almost like painful, where you're like fuck. Like, we gotta pull over, man. We gotta pull over. And yeah, we were like gonna be late for the show if we pulled over, but eventually we just had to do it. It was no good. We were both going. Yeah, it was bad. In fairness to Michaela, I will tell a quick story from my youth. When I shit the other time I shit my pants. I was a kid, so it was a little more socially acceptable, but yeah, I just like had to go. I was in 3rd grade and I like asked my teacher, I was like, hey, I gotta go to the restroom. She's like, all right. And as soon as I walked out into the hallway, it was just an unbelievable ripping sound. And I just like full blown just shit my pants, and I was like, and I went to the bathroom, and it's like fucking, even as an adult, it's like impossible to deal with. As a kid, you're just like, this is a Sisyphean task. And so I was like trying to like deal with it with like paper towels, and I didn't know what to do. And I remember this one kid came into the bathroom, and he was just like, did you poop your pants? And I was like, yeah. And he was just like, don't worry, I won't tell anyone. Which was very, very sweet of him. I don't think he told anyone. I never heard through the grapevine. Maybe he did, I don't know. But I do know that I had to go down to the office to like tell I was just like, I'm just gonna have my mom come and get me or something, or at least bring me new pants or something. So like I told I went down to the office and told the lady like I had an accident or whatever. And she was like, that's okay. She was really sweet and everything. But I don't know if it still works like this, but like back then at least, like the kids with like ADHD had to like come down to the office and take like their like Ritalin or whatever. And this kid came down he was like a really like off the walls kid. And I remember like he came into the office when I was sitting there waiting for my mom, and he came in to take his Ritalin, and he was just like smells like burnt waffles in here. And I was just like, and the lady was like, or the secretary was just like, I don't know, I don't smell anything, which was very nice of her, but I knew the truth. We all knew it. Anyway, so yeah, basically that's this is Welcome to Dino Hour. Nathan said, this kid in my kindergarten class asked the teacher if he could go to the bathroom, and she said yeah, so he walked halfway to the classroom door and pulled his pants down all the way and started pissing. That's I don't know, that's kindergarten, I guess. The teacher was like, no joke, go all the way to the bathroom, and then he pissed in the hallway. What a genius. Saber Music said, my ex-girlfriend accidentally pooped a little on my wiener one time while we were doing the dirty thing. It was gnarly, but I thought it was hilarious. She was mortified. Jesus Christ. Are we on the climax of Dino Hour now? Yeah. Gus said had to step away for a bit. I'm glad we're still talking about poop. Yeah, this is all we talk about on the 100%. I just slowly do my best to destroy any sense of mystery and mystery surrounding Death Dynamic Shroud by talking about shit for 2 hours. Anyway, yeah, it is harder to hold your pee while in a car. Every bump on the road. That's true. It's true, Rachel Pye. Sorry, I'm catching up or looking back on some of these comments. Molo said one time I was live with Eventual Infinity in my podcast, and at the very end of it, I peed myself because I couldn't hold it. I peed on stream, but I played it cool to. Wait, you peed on stream, Molo? Are you serious? This is amazing. Oh my god. You don't feel bad anymore because Monica peed while on stream? Played it cool. Wow, that's impressive.
It really is.
That's I'd be afraid that it would like make sound from like, you know what I mean? But Spitrag said my friend farted for a joke in elementary and he accidentally shit his pants. He said no one knew. It's bold to try and fart as a joke or fart on command. I'd be scared of causing problems, you know? There's a whole album about this kind of stuff from Tim Heidecker's country band Yellow River Boys, Equip says. That's true. Tim Heidecker has an entire album about hot piss. Anyway, there is so yeah, I would say that for Welcome to Dino Hour, there isn't really a whole there's no real theme here. We don't talk about shitting and pissing every stream, but it does come up. Basically a lot of the show is just about me figuring out how to use streaming software and getting really excited when I figure it out. Like when I was able to add this, I thought that I was like a fucking super genius. And it's just funny because like obviously the big stream is just so far beyond that. Let alone like Neo Gaia, which is also like a whole amazing interface thing that I have nothing to do with the designing of Neo Gaia for what it's worth. I'm excited when I can make a dinosaur appear on the screen. So anyway, we can also though. Well, let's see here. Isn't there a? I thought I saw something. Scuba Tank Live said, "Let's deal with the elephant in the room tech. What's the best dino?" I would say there is no best dino, but we can celebrate all dinos. And so I think we should have a segment on the show devoted to celebrating like a dino of the week. I could probably come up with some sort of little graphic for the dino of the week. That would be a lot of fun, I think. But I don't have one right now. However, I do have the ability to do... let me see if I can do this. This, I think? Check that out. And, oh, you can kind of see the text there. I could probably figure that out a little better. But everything, yeah, look, everything's working. This is so nice. But I would say that, yeah, Dino of the Week is Beta Yoshi. I think that, this was, discovered recently, or I don't know how recently, it was just discovered in the code. This was apparently like a Yoshi prototype, and it's just horrifying, right? But I recently discovered this, I recently discovered this as in like a few fucking hours ago, because I was gonna say that Yoshi would be the Dino of the Week for the first episode. But originally I was gonna choose this Baby Yoshi because I can't look at this picture without laughing because it's so stupid. I can't believe this is like a creature that. Anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Baby Yoshi though as the Dino of the Week. It was a close call, but it beat it out. Anyway, God, it's so unsettling. It's like Skinny Mario. Can we look up Skinny Mario? Skinny Mario? Ugh. It's so awful. What is this? No thanks. Anyway, I think in this mode it gets really laggy, probably because my old ass computer. But I think that Skinny Mario. Can we just get Skinny Mario and Beta Yoshi? Oh. Anyway, we're gonna go back to this view now, I think, right? Yeah? Alright. Look at that. Seamless transition. Is lagging less in that mode than the other? Unbelievable. I don't even know what to believe anymore. Probably not gonna look up Grotesque Mario Shiro City. I probably could though, because I do have safe search on. But yeah, it's very cursed. The Snyder cut of Yoshi. Quips us. God damn it. Oh, excuse me, Baby Yoshi has the same upper lip. It's just creepy. I don't like it. Fat Yoshi the best, yeah. Like a big chungus Yoshi. Lanky Mario on Beta Yoshi would be hilarious, Haley says. Yeah, it would be, just supremely uncomfortable. So yeah, did anybody else find it was, lagging? Bunny DS says, I could barely tell it changed, it was so seamless. Did, like, your computer change could to bow? Safe search porn. I'm not gonna look up anything that I don't know what it is, because I don't trust the chat just yet. But clearly Tech hasn't learned anything from the grotesque safe search incident. Yeah, I don't know what happens when you do that, but grotesque Mario. Anyway, look up ZX500 boat. I think. Oops, fuck! I accidentally just opened Microsoft Word. Fucking okay. I think yeah, there are probably terms of service strikes on 100% channel tonight. Wasn't there like I had like the where's the Z-boat copy pasta? Where is it indeed? Sorry, give me 1 second here. Trying to find. Come on. Here we go. Yeah. This stream is brought to you by the Teledyne Ocean Science Z-Boat 1800 RP with new ruggedized design and interchangeable sensor well, offering an entirely new option for high-resolution shallow water hydrographic surveying. Get multi-beam bathymetry data where conventional methods are not feasible or safe, and avoid mobilizing a workboat or vessel of opportunity. The Z-Boat 1800 RP uses advanced radio telemetry to offer remotely operated hydrographic surveys. All data is accessible in real time, giving the operator total control over the survey process. Z-Boat navigation is easy using the GNSS position and heading available on board and remotely viewed at the operator location. Data processing is available in real time through Keras onboard. Thank you, Shiro City. Thank you, Nathan. There we go. And yeah, so that's we're sponsored now. Getting paid big time. I'm bringing all kinds of huge dollars into 100% Electronica. Also sponsored by Peeps. Because it's Easter. Oh, look at that. Cursed Peep. Wow. Peeps, for sure, it's a void peep, yeah. Ugh. Wow. Peeps are one of my absolute favorite um, candies. I think it's S tier. I don't care what anybody has to say about it. A sign of good future. I didn't realize how cumbersome it was going to be to eat this on stream. But I will not microwave it, Kevin. If you microwave a peep, it explodes, which is cruel. But I will bite the head off of them. Knew you would. I can't help but be a coward. There was, I think, there was like somebody who was like doing tests to try and destroy a peep, but they found that like if they like burned the peep or something, the eyes would survive. I don't know. It sounds creepy. Shiro City says tech gross, dude. Man, I don't like it. Peeps are. Rory, welcome to Dino Hour. Saber Music says Sour Patch Kids with a drop of acid is total S tier all day. I've never done acid. As a good Christian boy. Make a fat chocobo peep. God, that would be fantastic. Haley says, Tech, what's your opinion on Werther's Originals? It's no good. That's dad candy. Werther's, my dad always ate like just the most, like unbelievably, it's like Werther's Originals, like something called maple nut, like Brock's maple nut goodies or maple nut fluffies or something like that. Boston baked beans, which is a candy. Gus says I fucking love dad candy. These are all bad, in my opinion. Tsukino Jasmine says you should listen to DDS on some acid. I don't. I get high on life. No, I don't have any desire to drop acid. I don't know. Every now and then I'll smoke weed. Every now and then, and I've done coke twice, but I'm not a big drug user. Yeah, grandpa candies. Holy shit, Boston baked beans. Yeah, it's disgusting. Stage planks. Y'all remember those? I don't know what a stage plank is. I know Nathan said my dad ate hella Necco wafers. Got me into them. Necco wafers. The thing that sucks, like, okay, I don't mind Necco wafers. They're definitely like dad candy, but like, I don't mind them. But there's one that's horrible. I think it might be like black licorice flavored, which I'm sure Nathan likes since he likes like every food under the sun. But it's just like an awful surprise, kind of like a black jelly bean or something. Yeah, it is chalk. It's delicious chalk. Saber Music like Coco Kilia. That's true. Yeah, they're kind of like huge Smarties. They're flat discs. You can buy them at like Cracker Barrels. Shiny Crystal Pizzle said, I'll do Coke twice before I eat Necco wafers. Gus said the purple one is the wild card. Yeah, I can't get down on it. I think there's a, you know those like the little Valentine hearts with the words on them. That's like, I'm gonna fuck you or whatever. Like the, you know, I don't know what they're called. What are those called? Conversation hearts. Those there's one of those that tastes terrible too. No matter what. And I don't know why they do it. It's like they're pranking children. Saber Muse said I like sour anything Skittles, sour straws, Warheads, Patch Kids, gummy worms. That's right. I love that stuff. My favorite candy is the sour lifesaver gummies. To me, there's just nothing finer. Um, but I like all the like sour gummy candies or gummies are my favorites because my teeth are all fucking jacked up, and I don't want to break them on like runts anymore. um, but yeah, lifesaver gummies are really good, but the sour ones are tops. Um, we did. Who said? Hold on, I'm reading this real quick. Wait, what went out of business? Rainy Cakes? What went out of business? Uh, Kevin said, how about Snyder's of Hanover honey mustard and onion pretzels? The Snyder cut. I cannot stand those at all. Those honey mustard pretzel things. I think they're absolutely vile. Uh, Negative Gemini, fan of Necco wafers. Uh, Sakino Jasmine said cola gummies. Those are pretty good. God, there's a candy store. I don't know if it might just be called like It's Sugar or something like that. It's called It's Sugar. They have like where you can just like scoop out, like they have like a bunch of candy in like the containers and you scoop them out. Yeah, they made it COVID safe, which kind of takes some of the fun out of it. I always want to get sick from eating candy that people have touched, but yeah, you can scoop out like they have like every single kind of like gummy that you can imagine. You can make like a huge bag and pay like $40 for it. But I like to do that. Gus said fruit snacks are my go-to, even if they're just candy adjacent. I think fruit snacks are candy. I don't think they're just. I don't think they're candy. To me, like cookies are candy adjacent, right? Or are those like those are treats? I think that there's a different. I would not call a cookie a biscuit. I'm not in England. I feel like there's like treats are like baked goods, candy. Oh, okay. Haley says cookies are a pastry. It's true. Rory says that's the cops on their way to arrest Tech for these takes. Hey, I calls them like I sees them, Rory. Nathan says Reese's Pieces are way too fucking rich. I can only eat 3 and then I feel sick. No, Reese's Pieces are the god. Those are maybe my favorite candy that's not like a gummy or whatever. I don't know. Reese's Cups are really good. Would you consider, does the chat consider candy bars candy? Or is candy like Skittles and gummies only? You can put candy in cookies, Haley says. That's true. That's really good. Yeah, Blepsy says sour candies are too good and you end up end up eating too much and it just gives you a tummy ache. And I think that's 100% true. But I also think that's part of the experience, is to feel awful afterwards. Because you eat a bunch of them, and then you're like, it's that horrible thing where you're like full, but you're hungry, but you don't want to eat because you're full. But it didn't give you any nutrition, so your body's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Sorry, I got way behind in the chat here, but okay, Negative Gemini says candy bars count as candy. Gus says candy is a small item that takes one bite, preferably multiple in a bite. So then is sushi candy, Gus? I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna get into the whole fucking is a Pop-Tart a sandwich thing. But anyway, yeah, I think candy bars do count as candy. That's my take. But Sega Octopus says Red Bull is candy. Nathan says Tech is water wet. I know this is like a thing, but yeah, water is not only is water wet, but like water is wetness. So I say yeah, it is. Rainy Cake says all chocolates are also candy. Do I agree with that? I think so. Kevin said God tier candies. Rips, I don't know what that is. Sour Patch Exploders, Sour Patch Extreme, Nerd Rope, 100% true. Nerd Rope, if someone was like, I bet Michaela would say this because she loves it. If someone was like, the best candy is Nerd's Rope, I wouldn't even argue with them. I would be like, I feel like that might be fair. Twizzlers Pull and Peel Wildberry must be French braided. I don't know if I had the Wildberry kind. Twizzlers Pull and Peels. First off, Twizzlers Pull and Peels are way better than regular Twizzlers. But secondly, Twizzlers Pull and Peels, the cherry version. Those are sick. I don't know if I've ever had like an extreme Sour Patch Kid, but yeah, let's see here. Some chocolate is unsweet and sucks. Well, I do like super like bitter dark chocolate, but that's not candy. I don't feel like that's candy. That's like a whole other thing. Yeah, Saber Music said raw dark chocolate is barely candy. I'm inclined to agree. Nerd Rope is bomb diggy. The Valentine's Nerd Rope is god tier. I never had a Valentine's one. I just had an Easter one yesterday though. That was really good. Extreme Sour Patches aren't that extreme, Shiny Christopista says, so I'm not the only one with takes here. I prefer dark chocolate over milk chocolate any day of the week. Especially the fake dark chocolate that like you know how like now there's like Snickers dark chocolate and Milky Way dark chocolate and all that stuff. They call them like Milky Way Midnight. I prefer that over the milk chocolate for sure at this point. Oh, Nathan says milk chocolate best. Get out of town. Milk chocolate is an abomination. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for having my back. Us Neo guys gotta stick together. Milky Way Midnights, yeah, those are super good. Dark chocolate is good for baking, but I don't know. Candy mukbang next Dino Hour, Shiny Crystal Fizzle asks, yeah, well, I can just do it again. Is a mukbang, I've never watched one. Is it like, are you supposed to like, are like the sounds of people eating part of the experience or something? Because I can't figure out like exactly what pleasure I would derive from watching someone eat. Ed Jr. says, fuck you, milk chocolate is S tier. That's cute. That's cute, Ed Jr. Rory said American milk chocolate is awful, European milk chocolate is amazing. I don't know. Rory, I've had a like a lion bar, like a candy bar called like a lion something, and also one that was called like an air or something, had a bunch of bubbles or like air pockets in it or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but anyway, those are British chocolates and they were like Aero, yeah, they were like barely any better than like Americans. Mukbang. Do they get all up in the camera, like, or do they just like? Yes, and in some cases people don't like eating on their own, and mukbangs kind of solve that. I can see that. I can see that for sure. Rory says Lion Bar is considered shit tier. Arrow is fine. I don't know. Gus said Butterfinger is king of the old guard. Butterfinger, I think, is. I'm pretty sure it's my favorite candy bar. I'm pretty sure. I can't eat them like in huge chunks because it's like too rich, but it's nice. Rainy Cake says those Cadbury ones with all the air in them are amazing. Honeycomb or something? I've never had like a Cadbury candy bar. I do like the Cadbury eggs, but I think they've gotten weird over time. Like they're like way too sugary now or something. Nathan said, anyone ever had Sprite Ice? Mint flavored Sprite? No. That sounds really cool, like in an aesthetic way. But I would not want to drink a mint Sprite, I don't think. Let's talk about chips now. Pringles is best chip. Yeah, I would say Pringles are my favorites. I don't know if I can call them the best. Pickle chips, Ninfia 64, no way. Oh. No thanks. Gus said, "Yeah, Butterfinger is so good it has to fuck up your teeth just to make it fair." That's true. It's like a trading card. You know, there's like a cost to playing it. You know. Maybe Funyuns count as chips, but pork rinds totally don't. I've never had a Funyun, but I don't have any interest in onion flavored chips. Pork rinds I think are good. I think pork rinds should count as chips, but maybe not. I don't know. I can't really defend that. If you don't like mint, then your breath probably stinks. There's nothing wrong with mint. It's just I don't want mint in like I don't want mint in my sweet stuff. It's the fucking toothpaste thing, you know? Why do I want? I don't know. But that said, I like thin mints. I like a good York peppermint patty. But I don't want it in my ice cream. I don't want it in my Sprite. You know what I mean? Ugh, ketchup chips. I can't do it. Rainy Cake says, I don't like Takis. Bad texture, bad flavor. Gus loves the Takis. Kevin and Mark both love Takis. I've never had one. They look like fucking absolute poison to me. Oh, Kevin said Takis are god tier, but I can't eat them anymore after I puked pure crimson red stream. Wait, fuck. Red stream and thought I was dying. Jesus. Ugh, Nathan, mint chocolate chip ice cream is supremely underrated. Just awful food ticks. Just get out of here. Butterfinger was Bread Drumming says Butterfinger was also in the PS1 game Jet Moto. My childhood diet was Butterfinger's Mountain Dew because of that game. That's extremely fair. I remember those Butterfinger ads in Jet Moto as well, and the Mountain Dew ads. And yeah, I think that does make it. It makes Butterfinger cooler, and it makes Jet Moto cooler. I was horrible at that game, but I played it all the time. Yeah, Takis are confirmed poison, yeah. Bunny DS said, my favorite chips are the ghost pepper Pocky ones. They taste great, but I can't eat the whole bag, or I suffer, sadly. Luckily, my spice tolerance is quite high. Damn, ghost pepper chips? It's pretty intense. Oh, Haley said Takis will defo make your dookie red as well, so that's bringing it full circle. Zucchino Jasmine said, when I was pregnant with my son a few years ago, Takis and Flamin' Hot Cheetos were the only things I could eat and not throw up during my first trimester. When I worked at a restaurant once, and there was a woman there who, she was pregnant, and she craved chalk, which I thought was completely insane, because you don't typically eat chalk, but she was like, she would see chalk and want to eat chalk, like craved it from pregnancy. And I guess it's a thing. I think some women also will like crave dirt. Kevin said, oh yeah, I saw her on my strange addiction. Yeah, she could have just eaten the Necco wafers. But yeah, I just thought that was super wild, and would also kind of suck, because you'd be like, what are you gonna do? Like, you're not gonna eat the chalk. I mean, I don't know. I've never been pregnant. Maybe you would. Drywall. Could just eat the drywall. Yeah, I don't know. Molo said, I'm getting my tubes tied. I'm never getting pregnant. Too many weird things happen to your body. Yeah, I would agree with that 100%. It's supposed. Doesn't it seem like pregnancy is like an incredibly flawed system for it to be something like everything about like the human body tends to like run the way it's supposed to, like barring like birth defects and like obviously accidents, your body, like the cells produce like they're supposed to, and like for the majority of your life, and you're like all the systems work in place and everything is able to operate. It seems like everything is like just fine in that sense. And you get sick sometimes, but that's outside influence. But then when you get pregnant, it's just like it like rips parts of your body and fucking like causes all kinds of weird problems that just do have no benefit to like the the person carrying the child. It just seems like there's something very flawed with the process. Like it's like it was like added into the matrix after after everything else had already been created, and they didn't like account for all the hiccups that could occur. You know what I mean? Tsukino Jasmine said it's like having a major parasite for 9 months. Quite literally, yeah. A parasite that is your homie. Pregnancy is the Snyder cut of life. Because it's 9 months long. Nathan said, yeah, the scariest sounding part is when you're of a JJ and bunghole fuse together. Or when it like tears. I would not want that. Shiny Crystal Pistol said, has anyone tried those brownie batter M&Ms? I haven't. There is an M&M candy bar, and it's James's favorite candy bar. If you guys have ever seen that, I don't know. Ew. So I'm just like reading some of these comments. Gee whiz. Okay, Sega Octopus said, would you want a baby tech? I would want a baby if my life was able to, if I was financially stable enough, because I think, you can't, bringing a child into the world is, creates so many new stressors, that I would want things to be in pretty good shape for me to add something like that as a dynamic to my life. So I'm not opposed to having kids. I wouldn't want probably more than 2. Preferably I would want twins. Just knock both childhoods out in one fell swoop, because I don't want to have to deal with babies twice, you know? Or I can do it at the same time, but not baby finally it gets older and then it's oh, another baby, gotta do this again. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to deal with that. Yeah, I'd have the Mario twins. That's what I said, when I'm financially stable enough. Yeah, I think a lot of people say that, and a lot of time the response is you're never really ready for it, which I think is probably true. It used to not be that way as much, but I think now there's a pretty big wealth gap situation, at least in America, and it seems like it could cause a lot of problems to have a child if you're not financially secure, and I don't know that I want to put myself in that position just yet. Tech twins, yeah. I would say to them, you want ice cream cone? Both of them say yes. Tex twins are gonna be like the twins from the Shining. Yeah, if I had I would not name. Yeah, Sega Group said Tech Junior. I would not name my child Tech Junior. For what it's worth, if you don't know, I legally changed my name to Tech when I was 18. So I did this in large part because I had a different birth name. Your unspeakable put it there, Charles Wilson Jr. And I just didn't like the fact that it was my dad's name. I like my dad, but it was just, I just wanted my own name. So, yeah, so I was just I'll just name myself and pick something I don't think anybody else has, and that should be good. So yeah, that's where that comes from. So I would not name my kid Tech Jr. so as not to put that evil on them. Tech is gonna name his kid Startup. I always think about how funny it would be to like. I think the funniest thing I could name my kid. Well, I mean, you could name your kid all kinds of stupid things. But to me, it's really funny the idea of naming my child Fortunato. I just think it's like, I just love the idea that I would have to tell so many people, be like, I had a son. And they'd be like, oh, what'd you name him? And I'd be like, Fortunato. It just seems so ridiculous to me. But yeah, check out a dead name. No, I don't treat it as a dead name necessarily. I think I didn't want to be pretentious or whatever about it when I changed it. So my rule was just that if you knew me as Charles or Charlie, which is what I went by, if you knew me as Charlie prior to Tech, then I was fine if you continued to call me Charlie. But if you met me as Tech, I would prefer you call me Tech. But honestly, pretty much everybody was excited to call me Tech, so it worked out. Haley said, "Not gonna lie, Tech is a super cool name." Thank you. Here's a funny story. So I made my name Tech Honors because I wanted it to be unique, and I had never met another Tech, and I had never met anybody with the last name Honors. Apparently, well, anyway, so I got a job once. It was technically at a place I'd worked before, but they tore the building down and rebuilt it, and then they were like starting a whole new hiring process, and they were passing out. You had swipe cards to like clock in, with your information, and so they had everybody's name written on the back of the swipe cards for whom they belonged, and they were passing them out, and someone handed one to me, and I took it, and it said Tech on the back, but the name was spelled T-E-K, and my name is spelled T-E-C-H, and I was just like, oh, he spelled it wrong, but that's fine, I don't care. And then he was like, oh, that's for the other Tech then. And I was like, other Tech? What? Like, how? But it really did turn out that there was another Tech that they hired. It was a Malaysian woman named Tech, T-E-K. And she only worked there for like a week and a half before quitting. But she was really good too. But anyway, I was just like, after all that trouble, I fucking work with someone named Tech. But yeah, anyway, so that was kind of weird. But anyway, picking your own name is such a boss move, though. I thought it was fun. I didn't like think about it. The weird thing about it was that I just liked the way that it sounded, and I didn't think about the word tech like technology. So when I remember like the first day of work, they knew that I'd changed my name the day before or whatever, and so I came in and somebody was like, "Hi Tech, get it? Hi Tech," and I was like, "Oh, how did I not see that coming?" And so like it was just really weird because I was like, "How did I not think about technology?" Like what? I don't know. Anyway, kind of stupid. Kevin said, should be forced to fight to the death for true name dominancy. I would have won. I would have absolutely fucking destroyed her. And Nathan said after that, Tech changed his name to Bungalow Honors. Haley said, I 100% believe more people should be able to pick their name. I think that there should be a normalized sort of rite of passage, coming of adult sort of, coming of age rather, tradition where you can legally change your name. Well, you can anyway, but like a normalized tradition where you have the option to change your name when you turn 18. And you can keep your original name, but it's just like a thing that sort of, because I feel like there's not enough like, I don't know. I feel like it would just be a good way for maybe people who are 18 to feel more like their life is their own. Like it's like you're taking your own life into your own hands or whatever, instead of it being like, because when you're 18, 19, you're still sort of like this, like, somewhere in between, like, being like a teenager and an adult, and like, you're still like depending on your parents for stuff, but like, maybe you want to like, I don't know, it's like sort of an in-between thing, so maybe it would like create a greater sense of uh, identity pride or something, if there was some sort of little ceremony thing like that, for when you, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, just an idea, just spitballing here. Nathan, I should change my first name to N so that you'd be N-Rail. If Tech is dad, then Mech is son. That's true, Junior. Molotovich says Tech sounds like a son of a Kraftwerk member. Farplane said millennials don't want kids, are gonna change all their names to obscure Webster dictionary words. I do like weird names. I think it's cool. I think it would be cool to have a kid, or I think like, I don't know. I wish more people would be a little more adventurous with names, but you get kind of shamed for it, like culturally for being too weird or whatever. But like I had a friend who had a daughter and she named her Lemon, and I thought it was like such a pretty, like a cute name, Lemon. But like everybody we worked with, like behind her back, was just like, what a stupid, ridiculous name. And I was just like, I think it's cool. Like, I don't know. But, you know. Farplane says story behind Ares Delta. Ares Delta is my middle name. There is no story to it. It was just sounded like a cool word to me, and I was pretty sure no one had it, so I was like, Tech Ares Delta Honors sounds like a unique name. Unique up on it. Molotovich said, yeah, that sounds great, because if you liked your name the whole time, you're good to go, if you like an option, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it would just be, suppose you like, you know, some people have horrible parents and then they like become adults, and it could, you could separate yourself a little bit and be like, don't have to be beholden to the name that was given to you, like, by people that didn't treat you very nicely or something. You know what I mean? Again, not my personal experience. I love my parents, but yeah, I don't know. The thing I always think about when I think of like weird names is that everybody's like, oh my god, they're so gonna get bullied in school. But maybe it was because I wasn't particularly like sensitive to like that kind of stuff when I was growing up. I didn't really experience bullying, or if I did, I just didn't know it was happening to me because I was kind of oblivious. But like, I really don't remember anybody like picking on specific names more than just they just made fun of everyone's names. Like, it was, I remember being a kid and like these kids on the bus were just taking every boy's name and changing it to a girl's name because I was, insulting or something when we were like 6 years old. It didn't matter what your name was, they were gonna find a way to make fun of it. So it didn't seem like having a unique name, unless your name was like, you might have problems later in high school if your like name is Mike Cock or something, but like, anyway, so weird names I don't think are like, when I think of weird names, I think of meeting adults with those names. And when I meet somebody with a unique name as an adult, I'm like, oh, that's sick. That's a sweet name. I don't think about it, you know what I mean? I don't think about it like, what? If I named my kid something weird, I wouldn't think about it as like, what, being a child. It would be like, what would your life be like as an adult? Like, everybody would like it. They'd think it was sweet. Bye, Mark. Gotta go. Congrats on the first show. 100% channel. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Kevin said, I like the Halo guy's name. God damn it. Some dude will literally say no to ketchup on hot dogs and then name their son Nathan. What if name Gianmarco Vega said, "What if naming a child was like choosing a password and Google tells you not strong enough?" Maybe that's the future. Uh, X7 Villain said, "I met a really cute girl and her name was Epiphany in Spanish." Wow. I don't like when names get too clever in like a holier than thou sense. Like when people will name their kid like Heaven backwards and it's Nevea. I don't like that. I think that's corny. But like, I don't know. Like Lemon is fine. Uh, Master Chief. Uh, Still reading here. I went Genesis and oh my god, sorry, the chat is moving. Is this the theme song to Dino Hour? Ed Jr. asked. Yeah, this is towards the end of it is the part that plays during the opening sequence that James made for me. Kevin said, well, there was a dude who used to live in my old apartment named Lucifer. When I got my name legally changed, I remember being nervous that they wouldn't let me change it because I wasn't sure exactly how it worked, but I was afraid they would be like, that's too weird of a name or something, which they of course weren't. But I told the magistrate that because I had to like go into like an office with a judge magistrate guy. He just records a conversation with you, asks you a few questions about like, are you trying to evade taxes and stuff like that, and you're just like, no. And then he was just making small talk, and I was just like, yeah, I was afraid I wasn't going to be allowed to change it. I thought you guys were going to be like, it's too weird or something. He's like, oh, no. He's like, just last week there was a guy who came in here and changed his name to Prince Vampire Rain. And I was just like, dear God. So yeah, that would be an example of a name that I'm not, I don't think is that cool. little try hard. Shiny Crystal Pistol, you just noticed the cricket noise. Maybe one day I'll have a microphone and we won't have that sound anymore. B said, my birth name means white. See that? That's kind of cool though. I have a friend whose name means beautiful in Arabic. Your Unspeakable said, reminds me of some article about a Taiwan sushi place giving free sushi or something to people with the word shrimp in their name, and people went ahead and name changed, and the Taiwan government told people to stop changing their name or something. That is that's wild. They were like, so you'd be so interested in getting free sushi from a place that you would change your name. But free sushi. Yeah, I wouldn't want to name my kid Kale. Oh, sorry. You're Unspeakable. You have the uncoolest real name ever. Wait, what's your real name? We're gonna dox you. Kevin Smith is the definition of cringe. Oh, because Kevin Smith's daughter's name is Harley Quinn. Yikes. That sucks. Dr. Duct Tape says, Tech, have you seen the regular show episode Trash Boat? No. I don't know what that is. Sir S.H. Rimpington? That's really good. Yeah, name your Bunny DS said I'm gonna name my kid Regret after one of my favorite Vaporwave albums. One time, so I played a basketball video game, NBA 2K18, I think. I played that a whole lot for like a year, and I used to experiment with creating players just to create funny incidents, and I created a team entirely made up of 40-year-old, which is the oldest age you could get, 5'3", 350-pound guys who were all bad at every single thing, and I named every single one of them Paco Trinidad. It made their face look, it made them like really pale, and their face looked really weird. And so it was a team full of guys that all looked identical named Paco Trinidad. and they were atrocious. And then alternatively, I made a team of all 7'7" guys with that were all also extremely pale, but they had like there was a hairstyle that was like a Static X hairstyle, like a Wayne Static, really tall hair, and I just made it like completely white, and made them all basically terrifying looking and good at everything, like to the max. And then I named all of them their first name. I just put the letter Z, but then the last name of every single player was like on that team was like was like regret, sorrow, guilt, hatred. I don't know, just all these like anguish. And so it was just really funny because like this team just existed of all these giant like white horrifying people with super tall like pale white hair, and they were all just named like terrifying things. Yeah, Anxiety of the Spectacle, the Goth Squad. You did a similar thing in MLB. So yeah, and then I would simulate seasons, and like Z Regret would win MVP. Like, the entire All-Star team would be made up of them. They would win all their games like 135 to like 56 and stuff. But Kevin says, was this before or after you quit your day job? This was actually before I quit my job. I obsessively would just stay up at night and create players. You don't know displeasure until you've run into the Z team. I also made another team the same way. Like, they were all extremely good, and then I simulated a game between them. And then it was just kind of like an average game, and I was disappointed with the way that it turned out. Also I made their home court completely white, and all the lines on the court were white as well. And the wood was white, so the entire court just was the brightest white that I could make, and it just looked like a giant halogen light. You couldn't tell where anything was on the court, and it was just these giant men just running around at full speed, just completely dominating everyone. It was so fucking funny. Also, in the Paco Trinidad team, I made them play, the Guilt and the Regret team or whatever too, and they didn't score a single point. The Paco Trinidad team was so fucking funny to me because for some reason in this game, you could create, when you were creating a player, you could give them a pre-existing injury history, so that like they could potentially re-aggravate said injury, I guess, so you could make like super realistic players or something. Anyway, you could fully customize the injury and the amount of time you missed. So every single one of the Paco Trinidads missed like almost a full year. It was like 50 weeks or something. They missed 50 weeks due to a nosebleed. And I thought it was the fucking funniest idea in the universe. Just like 15 guys named Paco Trinidad, all really short and stout, horrible at basketball, 40 years old, missed an entire season due to nosebleed. And then the best part was after the season ended, every single one of them retired because they were all too old. But anyway, yeah. Eliminator Junior 69 said, also my brother made a character in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 when I was a kid called Beef Curtains, and my parents were freaking out because I was saying it over and over as a child, not knowing what it meant, but laughing because my brother found it funny. It's pretty good. Anxiety the Spectacle said, making up names is almost as fun as the game itself. Truly. Haley said my sister and I would make random me's back in the day and name them shit like Major Ugly. Yeah, the me's. I would make the fucking like the weirdest me's because like there was like an eyebrow that was like 5 dots in an arc, and you could separate it. You could separate the space between eyebrows, and they were too big, so I would make them as big as possible, and then I would separate them so far that they would just be like off the face. So it would just be these like 10 dots floating next to the head. And then like, at that point you can put both eyes so close together they just make one eye, and then like move it down to like here so it looks like a mouth. And like all that kind of stuff, and just make these weird ass alien creatures. I loved that. Haley said, yes, dude, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Like all that. And there was also that one horrible nose, that was like, it looked like a tree. Maybe I just didn't understand what it was supposed to be simulating as far as what noses look like, but it like had a whole lot of lines to it, and like, I don't know. And then of course they had like the old people lines, so I would like put those on the characters, and they would basically just be these terrifying little monstrosities. Yeah, tree, dick, yeah. Nope, you thought it looked like a tree too. Yeah, Farplane said there was some incredibly creative stuff on the OG Me channel back in the day, legitimately impressive stuff. Yeah, I remember after it came out, people would like make like celebrities and characters and stuff like that, and it was awesome. Like really, really clever. In some ways, it almost, I guess because of the cartoonish nature and like the suspension of disbelief, they would be more impressive than like making people in like a really super high-end customizer, because it was just I don't know, you know what I mean? Like it's like cartoonified or whatever. Gianmarco Vega said, I turned on my Wii recently and I had all the Family Guy characters in the yeah, I think sorry, Biblical Angel me. Yeah, exactly, Kevin. Bunny Diaz. Yeah, sorry guys, my nose just keeps bleeding. I can't stop it. I wake up every day and there's a huge big bottle of nasal blood on the floor. Exactly. 50 weeks of that. Yeah, Farplane, yeah, I get what you mean, pushing the boundaries of something so rudimentary it's impressive. Yeah, exactly. It's somehow more interesting. Yeah, working with limited options, exactly. Yeah, I think that's more fun than the super customizable, although yeah, they both have their merits or whatever. But anyway, yeah, so okay, so we're winding down here towards the end of Welcome to Dino Hour, the first episode. Hopefully everybody had a good fun time. This is what Welcome to Dino Hour is all about. It's all about dinos and hours. And so maybe you'll be back next Monday and we can talk about shitting and farting some more. And candy. We do always talk about candy, just so you know, that comes up a lot. But yeah, anyway, there should be lots of fun to be had. Maybe we can come up with new segments, new fun things. If you want to like and subscribe or whatever, if you want to join in the Welcome to Dino Hour Discord, which is really just a channel in the Death Dynamic Shroud Discord, you can sign up for the Death Dynamic Shroud New World Mixtape Club. But we talk about stuff in there sometimes. But mostly, yeah, it's just we're just here to yeah, a dino tier list. That would be good. You know, here's what I was thinking. What about just like a general tier list? Like just having like a little section where we just rank some stuff, because everything's worth pretending there's a hierarchy, you know? I don't know. Just spitballing here. But I want to see Tech Plays Connect 4. Do a tier list of tier lists. Get into the meta of it. It's a great idea. Dr. Duct Tape said, Tech, will you ever stream you playing video games. I can, but I can only really do like simple. So like I use OpenEMU to simulate like only up through like PS1 and 64 era games. So I can do old school video games. But I don't want to like I'm not that good at it because I feel like you have to like pay attention, and you can't pay attention to the chat as much, and like I don't know, you know what I mean? Like it's just kind of hard to do. Maybe I should be better. I don't know. Maybe I need to level up. Rainy Cake says, I want a list of when I was 15 I listened to. It would be good. I listened to good music at 15. Oh my god, Super Nintendo Lion King stream. It's not a bad idea. That is a way to get me very irritable. God. Ranking Keith Rankins. Keith Rankings. Playing games and monitoring the chat is the Dark Souls of playing games. Yeah, no, truly. I tried to just play like Mario Kart, and it was just like, I can't fucking do this. Like, music production segment. Yeah, I think like, honestly, yeah, Welcome to Dino Hour is about whatever we feel like making it about at any given moment. I think we generally, it's like this, but we can do whatever we want. It's unlimited creativity. We're bound only by our own imaginations. So yeah. Anyway, so people who have tuned into Welcome to Dino Hour before, they know what happens at the end of Welcome to Dino Hour, and make sure I can do it as I'm like building up like it's like this really big interesting thing, and it is. Just if I could just do that, do a little bit of this, and then we'll go over here. Yeah, and then we can just be like, this is the join me next week, and we'll have more fun. Thanks for having me on the 100% channel. It's super exciting to do this and be a part of it. And Monday through Friday, we're just going to be entertaining the heck out of you. Dino out.